the amount of people that live in fear is actually insane to me. Um, when you really think about it, people live in fear because they want to live in fear. They don't have to live in fear. Um, as a matter of fact, uh, what happens is, imagine there's a cage, right? And look, I'm gonna show y'all this real quick. I be feeding these birds right here, little crows, and they'll come back, and then I just feed them grapes. And what they do is they'll just, they'll just chill with me. He looking at me right now like, yo, where the fuck my grapes at? I got you though. Let me finish my message. Um, so imagine, how many people in the world? 8 billion people in the world. Okay, so there's 8 billion people in the world. There's a cage, and in the cage is 7 billion birds, right? There's 7 billion birds in the cage. And when you look around, there's no top or there's no barrier holding these birds in. They could fly away at any point, fly away at any time, but they end up staying. They end up staying in that cage because all the other birds stay in the cage. And so it's kind of like learned behavior. Like, if y'all scared, I'm scared. Now it's like, why y'all ain't gonna go? Well, we ain't gonna go because of this. Now they projecting on you. Like, you don't want to go out there. But the whole time, there's nothing holding these birds in. Now, remember, I said there's 8 billion people, though. So 7 billion birds are in the cage, but 1 billion of them happen to fly off because they're smart. They realize, like, yo, why the fuck am I standing in this cage and no one's holding me here? No one's saying I have to stay here. I could fly away at any time. Now, the caveat to that is that if they fly away, they don't know what's out there. They could get eaten by a fucking falcon or eagle. They could lose. It's treacherous. It's dangerous, right? But they fly out and then they go and get all these resources. They got the best food. They drinking the best water. They fucking the baddest birds. And 7 billion of the birds, they're like, yo, such and such done left, and they think they better than us, and they don't want to bring us no food back. Why should they? Y'all motherfuckers live in fear. The other birds say, you know what? Why we living in fear when we could just get up and go at any point in time? And that's how most people live their life, in fear. And there's an invisible cage that's holding them in and they can't get out. But in reality, there's no cage. There's no barrier. There's nothing. The only thing that there is fear in here, inside of us. We're scared. We don't, and then you start getting around other people and it's like, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? You walk up on somebody, hey man, what y'all watching? Oh yeah, we just looking at this over here. And then now y'all like, oh, okay. Yeah, now they telling you what they know and then you believe it. That's how shit work. Information gets spread. Fear gets spread. People tell you, oh man, it's dangerous out there. My uncle, he tried to start a business and lost everything. And now you sitting there like, oh man, I don't want to start a business. Fear. Fear. Don't be locked inside of a cage when you could really fly out. Half of y'all will never understand that because years done went by and you are labeled as someone who are scared to take chances, and so you never will. It's almost programmed in your mind that you would never take a chance. Because fear. You don't want to get hurt. You don't want to fail. You don't want to. You've already established that mindset. But I'm here to tell you, if it's not too late and you realize that, hey, I could get out of this situation, fly away. Leave right now. It might be scary. It might be lonely. It might be all of that. But at the same time, I could guarantee you whatever on the other side of that fear is way better than the comfort that you have sitting doing nothing and just sitting in fear because of other people. Something to think about. I hope that makes sense. I know it makes sense. Don't lock yourself inside of a cage. I mean, you doing yourself a disservice. And you talk to people who's older and they are set on the way they think. You know, you could sit there and be like, man, look at all this, look at all the new technology that they have and all the new pop. They don't care. They're not trying to hear that. They've been scared for 30, 40 years, and all of a sudden you gonna come change their mind. So don't be a 40-year-old, 50-year-old person stuck in fear. If you 30, if you 20, you could still do it. Even if you older, you could still make a chance. But the chances of you switching your mindset to being like, you know what? Why the fuck am I here living in fear when I could just go out there and take a chance? Why like it's some real up here, man. Most people, it ain't even physical. You got so many niggas locked up in jail, but I think it's more people who's locked up in their fucking brain. It's more people who's disabled and paralyzed by fear than people who's actually in wheelchairs and shit. Like, if we being real, like, you got more people not in a physical chair, but they need one of them damn little handicap little signs for their car, because they paralyzed up here. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, people be so paralyzed in fear that they won't make any moves. A paralyzed person can't move. You paralyzed in fear. I think it make perfect fucking sense. Don't be all sensitive. And I didn't mean it like that. I know, oh my gosh, how could he say that? I was paralyzed in fear. I mean, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't fucking, no moves was being made. None. I didn't even know where to start. So get out that invisible cage and go make some moves. I love y'all.